Today's trap is for the bookworm in your group. This trap involves cursed books, some dangerous scenarios, and wisdom saves. Your group of adventurers find themselves in a small library. There are several shelves full of different volumes of text on magic and history. A bit further on in the room is a lone chair and table with a small glowing stone used for reading, and a single tome bound simply in leather. The language on the cover is obscure, but the group's wizard says they can read it. The wizard picks the book up and has a seat at the chair as they begin to thumb through it. By the time the wizard looks up from reading, they find the room in disarray, their party badly wounded, and everyone quite upset that the wizard didn't help them at all. Only then does the wizard realize the book they've been reading is full of nonsense, and they've been staring at incomprehensible gibberish for the past several minutes. It turns out the book actually contains a bunch of page filler to give the eyes something to follow. Whenever a character with a high intelligence looks at the book, they believe they can read it. The exact level of intelligence can be set based on your party, but the level should be set so that it's a fairly high number for your group. If multiple players meet the threshold, then they both believe they can read it. If someone decides to study the book, even a short glance into it will trigger a wisdom save. Again, set the DC for the save based on your party's stats. Failing the wisdom save causes the player to become beguiled by the book, and they will take no action other than reading the book for the next round. At the end of their next turn, they can make another wisdom save. While engrossed by the book, players will also ignore everything around them. Taking damage will give them advantage on their next save. The book itself is not the dangerous part of the trap. The real dangers are the monsters that enter the room after someone picks up the book. You can put all sorts of things in a library or study for your players to fight. Some books on the shelf might be mimics, there may be oozes that drop from the ceiling, or any creature that fits your campaign setting. While you can choose any monster, the creatures best suited to this trap are ones that your high intelligence casters are well equipped to deal with. Creatures that are vulnerable to magic, or monsters that are resistant to physical damage are your best choices. This trap preys on unbalanced party compositions and wizards that make wisdom their dump stat. A series of bad rolls could leave a beguiled party member out of the entire fight and spark some fun roleplay scenarios for when the character is confronted by their team for not helping. There are lots of ways that players can overcome the trap. The first is by not picking up random, unidentified objects. The book gives off an aura of enchantment that can be found using Detect Magic. If multiple players claim that they can read the book's cover, it should give them a clue that something is not quite right with the book. Once the trap has been sprung, other players can spend a turn obscuring the book, wrestling it away from the affected player, attacking the affected player to give them advantage on their save, or covering the affected player's eyes. You can alter the book in a variety of ways to fit into your encounter. It doesn't have to prey on intelligence. You can use any stat in its place. The mechanism for the trap is that a player with a particularly high score feels it's something that only they might be able to understand, which is what makes it tempting to interact with. No matter how ominous you make the item, players like to feel special just as much as they like to feel smart, so it's a good hook. Triggering monsters with the book is only one outcome you can deploy. The room might begin to fill with a gas or a liquid of some kind instead. You could also use the book as a distraction for non-combat thieves who leave it out to get an easy pickpocket attempt. The book itself can be used as a reward for your group after they endure the trap. A cunning wizard may be able to reverse engineer the spell and add it to their arsenal. You might want to give it to the party as a magic item, having its effect be reset once each day, and people who are aware of the book's power or have fallen prey to it once become immune to it. The book itself might be a valuable item on its own that players could attempt to sell for a fair bit of coin. This trap is fun, easy to use, and comes with more than a few practical applications. As far as traps go, it's a bit more unique and a lot less straightforward than your average damage trap. A perfect fit for any trap dodgers or intelligence-heavy groups. If you're interested in more traps or other Dungeon Master advice, check out our other videos. You can find more advice at masterthedungeon.com. If you liked this video, please like and subscribe, or consider supporting us on Patreon. Happy DMing!